is the 2016 Audi A7 Quattro. And I just think it's a really good car. But we're going to find out if it's as good as I thought. So let's start with the exterior. I like where they put the Supercharged badge. It's not up here because then no one would be able to see it. It's right here. The wheel arches, they look very nice and clean on the car. It's like, then the wheel arch comes. It's a very nice look. Now the front end. I love these LED headlights. They're really bright at night, and also they look cool. And up on the hood, I like how you have these lines. They just make the hood look cool. It's like that, and they're on both sides. Down the side, you do have a nice, clean, very straight door. On some cars, it's like, and I like how the wheel arches on this car are not overstyled like in the Honda Civic Type R. I like where the fuel door is placed. Unlike in the Jeep Wrangler, where it's exposed. The wheels, I really love the design. You have your Audi badge in them, which I really love the design of those wheels. Now, out on the back, this is probably the coolest part. I love the cool sloping roofline, and the spoiler will raise up at speed. And you do have your A7 badge, and you do have your famous Quattro all-wheel drive 3.0T. But how about let's go ahead, get to the interior, and see what the A7 has to offer for us. It is a supercharged V6, and I really love this engine. It's powerful, but it's not overkill too. And it's a V6, 6 cylinders, and it has a supercharger in it. And just to get a better look at the engine, we're gonna look all of inside it and see what's under there. And it just looks super good. And this is the plastic engine cover. I would love to take this off to see everything. But now, how about let's go ahead and see what's in the interior of the Audi A7. In the inside of the Audi A7, this is a very nice place to be. We're gonna go ahead and turn on the battery. This is where the engine start-stop button is. You just push it. Now, it is a very nice place to be. This one does have the optional Bang & Olufsen sound system, which is very nice. Now we're going to go to the infotainment system, which is also very nice and easy to use. You control with the swivel wheel, which is nicer to use than just touching the screen. You can touch the screen, but nothing happens. It's nice and easy to use while driving, which I like. The stalks, they have a nice feel to them. And so, it really is a nice high quality place in the inside. Now, you can, of course, put the screen away, but I would have it out. Because this vehicle does not have a virtual cockpit, it would make more sense to put the screen away with virtual cockpit because you can do everything in here. Now, we're gonna talk interior now. So, the cup holders are under this lid, which is rubber. As you press it, and then the cup holders are there. I really like this wood trim here, but what I don't like is hard plastic down here. That's not good on an $80,000 luxury sedan. But I do like the glove box. One, it's felt lined, so your stuff won't get scratched, and two, it's massive. And I did find in there the owner's manual, which has like a little magnet. Put that back. This is a cooled glove box. you can see the controls there. Or back there. They're back there. Put this back. Now the seats, you have lumbar support. You can control the backrest. You can slide them. Power. It's all power operated, of course. The sun visors you can fold down. You have a light and a mirror so you can look at yourself. And this is your Wii View mirror. I wish it was frameless, which frameless mirrors just look better and they feel more high quality than these mirrors with a frame. With that said, these gauges, they look super cool. You have a screen in the middle. Like I said, it's the screen in the middle of the two dials. It's not as good as the virtual cockpit, but you know, this car did not offer the virtual cockpit back in 2016. Now, you do have center console storage here. You might think, well, that's barely any. Well, you can open up more center console storage, and it has a 12 volt in it, but it is still limited, so put that back. We're going to look at the other practicality stuff of this car in a second. You do have dual zone climate controls, heated and cooled seats, of course. I have the cooled seats on because it's hot today. You do have sunglasses holder, garage home link. You do have your rear lights. You do have I can't find the SOS button, but we're not going to worry about that. You do have lights here. They are LED, of course, like the ones up there in the front. Now, the sound system, it sounds awesome because this is the upgrade Bang & Olufsen sound system. Now, I do love the carpet. They are carpeted, unlike rubber. You could get like little rubber formats to cover up the carpet, which I would recommend in the snowy weather. You do have blind spot monitoring on the inside of the mirrors, which I think is a better place than on the mirror. So, good job to Audi for that. You have voice commands, navigation, heated steering wheel. You can control the volume using the steering wheel. Paddles, they are plastic, which, you know, why do they have to put paddle shifters plastic? You have 3 blank switches, which, you know, blank switches in an $80,000 luxury sedan. I don't like that. You can raise up your rear spoiler, which I love. And you do have a standard sunroof. Hello. Which, you know, I would like to see panoramic, but the new A7 also does not offer a panoramic sunroof. It's just kind of a standard one, the whole entire lineup. You have a touchpad here that is also your presets, navigation, menu, car, media, radio, volume knob here, which I don't really like where the volume knob is in Audis. You're like, I want to turn up the volume. There is one on the steering wheel, but you don't want to use that. You reach the first dial in. That controls temperature, which also shows up on the screen. And then you're like, well, that was the climate control. So you go to the next dial, and that controls the infotainment system. And then the furthest dial you can possibly get is the volume knob. So, I don't think Audi really thinks of where they put the volume knob. So why don't we go ahead, we've checked out the front, let's check out the back seat and see how your passengers are going to like the A7. So the A7, it is very roomy, as you can see. I can lay down in the back of this car. You have dual zone climate controls back here, heated seats, no ventilated seats. After that blank switch is doing there. You do have child seat anchors. They are those removable covers, which they're more likely to be loose, but I mean, they do give you a good eye of where the anchor is on the inside. Now, there is an armrest. You can fold this down, and there is an armrest, the storage in there. 2 cup holders come out if you need them. They can fit any drink. They won't slide around because it's rubber there. And you do have 3 loading, which I'll get to in a minute. And you do have rear LED lights up in the ceiling. If your kids want to read a map, you do have grab handles, coat hooks. It is all very nice. It's the trunk of the A7, but one thing I missed on the design, these exhaust pipes are real. They might look fake, but there is an exhaust in them, as you can see here. Now, let's go ahead and open the trunk. Say you have something in your hand that's really heavy, and it's like you just wave your foot onto the bumper, and then it'll open, and then you can set your item in the cargo area. And I say cargo area because it is a hatchback. I can put my camera mount in here, my stool in back here, my cooler, and say my ladder back here. And there is a little scuff plate, so if you're trying to slide something out like that, it won't damage your bumper. It just slides right on the scuff plate. That is good engineering. Now, let me get all this junk out, and I can show you more of the trunk's clever features. The scuff plate does help, as you can see, in getting things out of the trunk. So, trunk's clever features. So one thing I'm not such a fan of is there is a bit of a load lift to lift stuff over. As you can see here, when I'm trying to slide something out, it's like you gotta kind of lift it, which is not so good for some people out there. Under here, you have a full-size spare wheel, and you can put some stuff under there if it's really skinny, and also under there, I forgot to show you, you do have the Audi first aid kit. It is an option. It's not in all cars, of course. You have tether hooks here on both sides. You also have them all the way down here, which is very useful if you have something in the trunk that's very far off. You do have, this isn't anything important, I just thought it was, but just a jump starter. But you do have netting here, which is important. Put this in there. You do have some lights back here and some tether hooks here. But if I have some, because of the sloping roof line, if I have some items that I want to stack onto each other, this just won't work right here, what you're saying. Because then it's just too high up. That'll hit this and then it'll pop back up, and then you'll have to rearrange your stuff. So, how about let's go ahead and wrap this one up. That is the Audi A7 from 2016 with a supercharger in it. You know, when I said I just think this is a really good car at the beginning, now actually getting to spend time with one, I can proudly say inside and out, it is a very nice vehicle. And now we're going to end the video. See you next time. Goodbye.